Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to live stream. Altcoin season. Is it really? Really? Is it altcoin season right now? Are we gonna pop? Are we gonna pop? Is everything gonna pop? Everything did pop already, so you know. I'm a little bit unsure, you know, I don't have any schedule right now, you know, what to talk about. But, you know, everybody is excited about something, so, you know. And, you know, I wanna look at the charts. So, you know, that's why we are having a live stream. I know these other guys, you know, already have the full plan for next 3 hours, what they're gonna talk about. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, so, you know, we just take the, you know, kick it and see where it goes. How's everybody doing in chat? Dimut, what's up, man? You were here early today. Batch guitar. Ronald Doctor is in chat. It's been a while. Yeah, man. 29 months. Nice. $29 months. But if Ron is here, then altcoin season is definitely on. So there is that. Stressful struggle. Liquid loans. Hi, Pau, man. How you doing, man? Delay streamer. Yeah, definitely. Nate Spurs. What's up, man? Long time no see. How you guys doing? What's up? How you hanging? Bitcoin is down minus 1%. It's not actually doing that much. But it failed to get back above the line up here, right? It failed to get back above the line. And the big question right now is, are we going to go even lower before we do the move? Now, this line over here, it's a daily trend line or some kind of line, right? That we drew. So we're not below that just yet. One team, how you doing, man? 2 days, 3 days, weekly. There is no pullback yet, not even on the weekly time frame, so you know it's really hard to draw the line. How do you draw the line on this one? That's the big question. How do we draw the line when the price is going so fast towards upside? There is definitely a channel over here. We know that. But maybe not even like this, maybe something like this over here. Maybe this was the channel. And then what you can do with these channels, you can just expand the channel, right? But it's out of that channel. And, you know, are we going all the way up to 48K? That kind of depends, but I don't think that's the one. So there should be some kind of channel over here that goes something like this, at least on the small time frames. Right? Something like this over here, but you know, I don't see it just right now. Let's see, do we have 4 days or something like that? 4 days. 4 days line. It's very steep though, it doesn't matter what it looks like, it's very, very steep. If you do it like this over here, I don't think it should start over here, it should start over here. And something like this over here, but then we are out of it, right? This 4 days, let's go to 3 days up here. There's a red candle, we can use this red candle and first green red candle down there. Then we are out of it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The bigger time frames up here. The bigger time frames up here and the moving averages. We are not below the moving averages. We're still, you know, just jumping on this 10 moving average, which is actually a very, very strong trend. You know, breaking this actually towards upside is actually extremely strong. So, you know, if you're gonna pull back, where is the line? Either this line over here or this line over here. So, you know, we are looking for a pullback. And pullback might be in, because this over here does not seem like any kind of top, and that's what getting me a little bit worried, because if you know, we thought that, or I still think that, you know, 46, you know, 45 to 50K, that's the target. Major resistance level at 45.5 and 47, so 45 all the way up to something like 50K levels up here. Let me draw the box. 50K level, this is still the target, but you know, I was assuming that, you know, once we get to the target, I mean, it would be, you know, bigger pullback towards downside. I mean, I didn't think that we're just gonna go, you know, up and then sideways over here. So this to me doesn't look like any kind of top, right? It looks like we're consolidating up here, pulling a little bit back towards downside, and then doing another move towards the upside, which gets me thinking that, you know, the alt season might not just be over just yet. I baked some other 24 cents and made a nice return. Nice, very nice. 24 cents is a lot lower than I have, you know, other at. But Bitcoin up here, the big question is what's happening. As you see right now, Ethereum is up right now, pumping, you know, 5%. So there are a couple of channels up here, but this looks like it's hitting this resistance level up here. This is on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame up here, it looks like it's out of the bigger channel, right? There was some kind of channel over here, at least from these, you know, tops up here at the top. It looks like it's out of that, right? But everybody's looking at this bottom line, because bottom line is very, very nice. The bottom line is very, very nice. And then we are not out of it just yet, right? Over here we are not out of it. Over here we are not out. Not only that, this channel up here, this bigger channel, corresponds nicely to this 2700 levels. So if you on the weekly time frame right now continue, you know, pumping for a couple of more weeks up here, it is really easy to hit that level, right? Also, there is another line, just like there was on Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin over here right now, we had this bigger channel that was created by these tops up here and these bottoms over here on the downside. And then we doubled the channel towards the downside, and right now you can see that we are hitting the channel into the target right now. And I was thinking, you know, maybe, just maybe, there is something like that on Ethereum as well. So I went to Ethereum and I was like, you know what, maybe, just maybe, there is some kind of line up here. Something like this, but this is very, very steep. right? So if you're just gonna, you know, do the move up here, that's like 4,000 already. If that is the line, I mean, because we are using the very tops up here, and then you know, there are a couple of nice touches down here, and this line is very, very steep. I mean, it's nowhere, and then you gotta go to the monthly time frame for targets up here. So it's a monthly resistance level, and the next monthly resistance level is all the way up here. Let me just put the line, I don't know, long entry, whatever. Now let's just use the default line. It's at 4,007, right? That's like all-time high. So the big question is Ethereum right now on the way towards the target up here at all-time high at 4.5? Because that's the resistance level up here on the monthly time frame, right? And that would be something like, you know, 100% towards the upside. Who knows? Yes, I break from crypto. Everybody takes a break from crypto, or crypto is not doing anything. But we are 2 months late because the altcoins were down on the bottom in September, October, and we kind of missed it. I charge a local top to donation. Damn, Jan! How you doing, man? 10 bucks. Donation budget. 10 bucks. We are up at 300 bucks. Nice. Very nice. Thank you, man. Appreciate all, you know, donations towards the 1 million goal. I mean, if I'm not gonna get the trading by, you know, to 1 million by trading, you know, I gotta do it another way. You know, the goal is 1 million. How you get there, it's not, you know, doesn't matter. You know, whether we do it through donations, stealing, trading, whatever, buying altcoins low, round number always better. Exactly. I charged a local top at 48k before the end of the year. ABC down around 28.30. Then Beast mode 79 top. Maybe higher around mid 2025. Well, we think also that, you know, around 80-90k, that's some kind of top. So it does seem, it does, you know, it does kind of break. If this continues towards upside up here, it does kind of break a little, you know, a little theory, you know, about, you know, double top up here, move down, you know, getting a pivot point down here and then doing the move towards the upside, right? That's the theory of, at least, right? You know, zigzag up here and then go towards the upside up here. Because if this just, you know, starts continue breaking towards the upside, I mean, everybody, you know, the top is gonna come before the halving. The top is gonna come before the halving. That's never happened before, but you know, stuff always happens that has never happened before. So, you know, there is that. So we don't want that to happen. We want a pullback. We want a pullback and we want cheap altcoins, right? AVAX, right? We want this thing to stop pumping and go down again here so we can get a second chance. I mean, we had 1 chance, 2 chances, 3 chances, 4 chances, 5 chances. No, we need a 6th chance to buy, because right now it's really hard to buy, right? Over here in September, October, that was the date. That was the date. September, October was the date, and this was supposed to, you know, this is where it was supposed to buy, because right now everything is up very high, right? I mean, literally everything is up. You know, this is up, like, you know, 3x already, and it's coming to this, you know, resistance level up here at the top. So, you know, a lot of these altcoins, you know, could need a pullback. Now, there is a saying that we use to, or I like to say, underestimating the bull, right? So oftentimes people underestimate how bullish stuff is. We didn't underestimate the Bitcoin because we knew that, you know, capitulation move down from this move towards upside, you know, it's gonna be, you know, smooth sailing. It wasn't actually smooth sailing, but you know, this was supposed to go towards the upside. And every time people underestimated, you know, how bullish we are, and everybody, they think that, oh, it needs to drop lower, it needs to drop lower. We are still saying don't underestimate the bull market, because, you know, these things continue just pumping towards the upside. Even though they pull a little bit back, they just continue pumping. And this exhaustion pattern up here broke towards the upside, and, you know, we are not underestimating Bitcoin bull. Unfortunately, I think I might be underestimating the altcoin bull. I think right now that, you know, altcoins, for whatever reason, needs to pull back, although the charts are right now telling me that, you know, this over here is a very normal, you know, consolidation pattern right now, breaking towards upside up here and, you know, just exploding towards upside. I don't see, you know, top stops. And if you look at a monthly, weekly time frames, there is not much, you know, divergences on the chart. You know, there are no overextend levels on the weekly time frame. You know, everything's sitting around 50-60 levels. So, you know, I do believe that right now, you know, we could have nice moves towards the upside. But the question again, there are so many questions, but the question again is, will there ever be a pullback? Is this a move, you know, parabolic move towards upside where there is no pullback and it just, you know, continues towards stop and then, you know, we enter the next bear market? This is AVAX. This is January 2021. You know, it went up in May 2021. Let me add a BTC USD chart up here. New price scale. So AVAX did double 2 times the move. So it did the first move. It did. This is Bitcoin chart. You see that. So the first move up here. So the first move up here was, you know, zigzagging up here and then pull back. And then when you have this other top up here, it just exploded again for the second time. Yeah, I'm worried that FOMO and ETFs talks will keep the price pumping. Yeah, that is the, because everybody wants to buy cheap. I want to buy cheap. You want to buy cheap. We didn't buy in cheap. I mean, I bought a lot, you know, back down here, but over here is not over there, you know. So you could have gotten cheaper altcoins, and I do have some you know, money in it and stuff like that I could have, you know, transfer into the altcoins. So, you know, everybody wants this move down here, because I think, and it's just right now that people are talking about altcoin season when everything is pumping like crazy, right? Altcoin season, maybe that's this. Maybe this is, you know, 50% move of the altcoin season that goes somewhere up here, and then you get this pullback towards the downside. And this consolidation up here, there is nothing on the consolidation. We just really are looking at random coins right now, but there is nothing very bearish about the move, right? Over here we have a channel. Maybe we are hitting right now top of the channel. Yeah, we're hitting top of that channel over here at the top side. So I am asking myself, will this actually pull back? Or will we just, you know, do this move up here, break that and continue towards upside? Because that's what people do when they are underestimating the bull, right? They're underestimating how bullish the price is. And they think for whatever reason, it's just going to pull back again. Because they got, you know, post-traumatic stress syndrome, PTSD, or whatever it's called, PTSD. And they think for whatever reason it's going to pull back. Because, you know, before every time you pump, you pull back. Every time you pump, over here you pull back, you pull back, you pull back, you pull back. And now they're thinking this is also gonna pull back. But what if it doesn't pull back? What if it just keeps on pumping? Because we've been analyzing the Bitcoin chart a little bit too hard. And this over here is definitely a FOMO move. And we believe that, you know, I believe that around, you know, these levels, there should come some kind of pullback. Some kind of, you know, because it comes up here, major resistance level, and it pulls back eventually, right? But this can take time. You can see up here, I mean, this, you know, sideways motion up here took, I don't know how many days. How many days this actually take? Almost a month, 23 days. I mean, it went like sideways like this over here for a month's time. And then it pulled back. And then it had this capitulation candle up here, right? Then it consolidated, and then it did this next move, right? So I do believe that Bitcoin is coming to a certain kind of, you know, resistance level up here, and might actually go out higher, but I think it's gonna stick in this range up here. And the reason we are seeing right now altcoins pumping is because I think the Bitcoin has done the thing. And right now, even though there is a, you know, space for Bitcoin to run, I think altcoins is gonna run. So as long as Bitcoin, I would say, as long as Bitcoin is keeping above 40k levels, doesn't matter if it pulls down a little bit or goes higher or stuff like that. As long as it's in this range over here, I think we are having altcoin season. No pullback, buy high. Yeah, but I think as long as we are above 40k levels, there is altcoin season. So it doesn't matter if you, pump over here, or we just, do this move over here and then dump. This part over here is the altcoin season, where Bitcoin is at the top The FOMO is very strong. Everybody thinks Bitcoin is gonna go to 50, 100K. This is the altcoin season, right? That's the way the big FOMO is. Everybody comes in trying to buy altcoins. Altcoins are pumping like crazy, one after another. But Bitcoin is just like, you know, zigzagging, waiting, and while this waiting happens, that's the altcoin season. That's when altcoins have the, you know, space to run. And I don't think altcoins are done. I don't think altcoins are done, even though they might be done. What am I gonna say? I am scared that they might be done. I'm scared that I might be done, but the FOMO is too strong. The FOMO is definitely too strong. What's this, Cardano? Cardano, where does Cardano go? What kind of price action is this? Like, where does it go? Something like this over here. The line should go something over here, right? Below these bottoms. But it's breaking out of that as well, and then you double it, and then you double this towards the upside up here, and it goes up to, you know, something like, you know, 0.5 or something like that. So maybe the altcoin season is done, but it's already pumped, like, you know, big time from the bottom up here. Cardano is up already almost 100%. All the way up here is 100%, right? So it has still room to run. It has still room to go, but right now, you know, it is getting very, very close to being the end. Maybe. Now, just like we talked total 2, just like we talked today about this chart over here, because somebody posted this on X, and I was like, yeah, that's interesting. The big question is altcoin season right now doing this, you know, next phase over here? But the next phase up here after the breakout can actually take a little bit of time. This is a weekly time frame, and this is, you know, this is 15 weeks, 4 weeks, and 2, 3, 4 months, 4 or 5 months sideways movement. I'm gonna have, you know, 4 or 5 months sideways movement, 15 bars. That gets us all the way up to halvening, right? So this sideways move gets us to halvening, because halvening is in March, April. So maybe it's gonna go a little bit more up here, then pull back, please pull back, and then go towards upside. Market always do the other thing as expected. How do I feel about Solana? Solana is pumping like, you know what, 6% up. I do have some kind of lines up here. I don't know where these lines coming from. Maybe it's just resistance level, I don't know. Let me see this on the weekly time frame. Let's clear up the charts. But even Solana up here, I mean, this doesn't look like a topping out, you know, thing. It looks like just it looks like consolidation uptrend, and then continuation, you know, more towards upside. So, you know, it does look like, you know, all of the altcoins do look like this over here. They don't have that, you know, very bearish patterns. But it did break the trend. Unfortunately, it did break the trend. So, you know, over here, where is the trend? Give or take, something like this up here. Let me remove a couple of lines over here. Just clean up everything. And the trend is your friend until fat lady sings. Now it's still above the trend. Let's go small time frames. Let's go small time frames. I mean, it goes below the trend a little bit, but, you know, it's still keeping above the trend over here. But it had this, you know, head and shoulders pattern over here, and people would be like, oh man, that's a head and shoulders pattern, is gonna break and go down. It didn't do that. And even if you put the head and shoulders, you know, something like this over here, still holding. So, you know, the bearish pattern up here, the head and shoulders pattern, this is a bearish pattern. It did not play out towards downside. It's just keeping, it's just kind of hugging this line. But this line is a small time frames. Eight hourly. Maybe something like this. It actually broke down. Right now, it's going. I'm a little bit unsure. Let's look at the moving averages up here. I mean, it's extended a little bit, but Solana is very, very high, and over here on Solana there are first signs of weakness. Like most of altcoins don't have this, right? Most of altcoins sit right now, 60, 50 levels on the RSI, which is not that high on the weekly. Solana is sitting right now at 80 levels. This was 83 level, 81 level on RSI, and it's got this divergence going on. And that might be sign of weakness. That might be sign of weakness. And momentum up here is coming to some kind of top up here. So I'm a little bit unsure about Solana because it's been pumping like crazy for, for a very long time. It's up how much? 4x. 4x. But I also know that, underestimating the bull, that's the biggest mistake people do. So you see something pumping, and since you got, post-traumatic stress syndrome because you are so hurt by the bear market, and every single pump was dumped, and every single pump was dumped, every single pump was dumped. Every time you pump, you dump. So when the bull starts actually to run, you always think it's gonna dump, but it just doesn't dump. It just continues going towards higher and higher. But it's too early, right? Yeah, I mean, we are before the halvening. The halvening still hasn't happened. It is a little bit too early. So I was thinking maybe you should watch altcoins in 2019. Which altcoins were here in 2020 before here? So let's look at a little bit how this actually played out. This is the Corona dump, right? And you can see here altcoins already started, up here from the bottom up here in November, December, started running towards the upside, right? Big mover. And then came Corona, pushed us down, and we just exploded through everything, right? This is Theta. Let's look at other coins that have been around for a while. So maybe you can learn something. And halvening was over here, right? When was the halvening? Let me see. Bitcoin indicator. Halvening events. This one. This is halvening event. Third halvening. I mean, before halvening, like same here. September, October, it started pumping like big time, right? This is V-chain. From the bottom towards the top, it did like 2x. Then we had a pullback, and it did, double top up here, a pullback, and just consolidated up here at the top. And then it went pulled back over here. Corona came and it dumped towards downside like everything else, right? And then it just climbed out of it. But this part are important, right? First move towards the upside, and then bled with everything towards downside. But it was again September, October when it started. September, October when it hit the bottom, and it pumped all the way until November. Pulled back all the way until this start of December. And then pull back down. Let's look at more coins that's been around for a while. How did previous bear market play out? So here this was a Bitcoin capitulation. Up here it pulled back up, and then it bled, this over here is Corona dump, but just before Corona dump, September, October, it had a nice pump up here, but still was bleeding towards downside. Still bleeding towards downside. And this Corona dump, I mean, the Corona dump didn't do anything on this one. Yes, it down 70%, but every single time this thing dumps, it dumps like 50-70%. So it was a big dump, but it recovered very quickly up here towards this box over here, and then it continued going towards upside. But it came out of the accumulation box, right? And this is when Bitcoin started going up here. Let's look at more coins. What was here previously? Waves. I think Waves was here in 2020. Yeah, we can check out Waves. Well, it's a little bit different. What are some good coins? XRP. XRP has always been here, right? This is Turbo XRP. XRP USDT. Let's find more data on the chart. There we go. This is nice. Oh, this is ugly. What are all these lines? So over here, this is the halving. Blyat man, 20 bucks. How much is 20 bucks in euro? Sorry, euro USD. 1-to-1, 20 bucks. Nice. Donation goal is pumping, guys. Donation goal is pumping. 320 bucks. Nice, very nice. Thanks, Blyat man. Blyat, long time no see, man. Of course we are in altcoin season. Blyat man is here, man. Rush B. Rush B. So over here, you can see up here it came. Let's look at a weekly time frame up here on XRP. XR has been bleeding forever up here. XR has been bleeding forever, and it wasn't above the 200 moving edge, but did pump. You know, from the September, October up here, or December up here, it pumped like something like 100%. Blyatman joined the TA fans club. 5 months. Welcome back, man. Long time no see. Nice to have you in the TA fans club. Let's activate this and pump to the moon. Bet has been for a while. So what can we actually conclude? This is bet. I mean, it started. It wanted to pump up here, and it pulled back like everything else. But you know, it won't pop up here. But it is after halvening. Like, but before the halvening, it just came towards the highs up here and then pulled back. Chainlink was outperforming everything. So let's look at Chainlink. Chainlink was definitely outperforming everything before the move. This is Corona dump up here, but Chainlink was outperforming everything. Let's activate this and pump to the moon. Good. And EOS, let me see EOS, how EOS performed up here, because even though I don't like it up here, but you know, December up here, it pumped big time, pulled back down here into the Corona dump, and then went sideways. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But Cardano was also here, right? Yeah, Cardano, but we just saw Cardano. It went up here, started going towards upside, but there was, you know, this very first pump up here. It's once you're above that very first, you know, pump. You see up here, this already pumped, but you know, it pulled back. Pulled back over here. It was this big one up here, all the way up here at the top. Atom. I don't have enough data on Atom. Anchor. Chili's. Chili's on Qcoin. No. How did Ethereum perform in previous market? When did Ethereum start running? When it came out of the, you know, accumulation zone. So this very first pump pulled back into the accumulation, you know, again into the resistance level, pull back, but once it was out of the resistance level, it kind of just pumped, right? So you can assume once, you know, it's out of this, you know, box on the downside up here, it just pumps. And if you see what's happening with Ethereum right now, is it out of the box? Well, it's getting very, very close to getting out of the box too. Doesn't matter how you look at it, but you know, let's say this is the box. It is out of the box, right? It is out of the box. So this is the box over here, and this is the box down here, right? Wherever that is. Right, but when it did retest the box, it went up in the box, consolidated, retest the box, and then it went towards the upside, right? And right now it is out of the box. Maybe it goes something like this and then retest and goes towards the upside again. But it is out of the box. Maybe the accumulation period is finished, guys. Maybe the accumulation finish. And right now we are into the altcoin season, and altcoin season is just gonna pump everything. But Bitcoin is definitely coming to some kind of top. And Bitcoin is also out of the accumulation box. Like, there is no way to, you know, draw this any other way. Right? And over here, the accumulation box up here. What was accumulation? Yeah, but I don't know if you can say this is like accumulation box down here. But, you know, the entire part up here is accumulation box. Because this is the highs up here, right? And Bitcoin came up here, you know, to 12K. You can see up here. I mean, these weeks are okay, fine. But it came up to 12K pullback, and then, you know, once it was out of the accumulation box, it's down. But there are no. But this move up here, you know, that's the move that we are thinking. You know, that's this move over here. And then it pulls back, and then you can say, okay, this accumulation box, and next time it's above, you know, 45K, then it goes, right? Maybe it's just creating the bigger box. Maybe you're just in this box down here. And right now you're just creating this, you know, this move up here, and then pull back. How about Herbar? What about Superverse? What is Superverse? And Herbar, that thing pumps from time to time. H-bar. It's still on BitMax. Altcoin. Let me see it up here. No, it's dominance. Bar. Yeah. So what about it? Well, it's still in the accumulation zone on the bottom side. You're not on the bottom of the accumulation zone, but still in the accumulation zone. Everything up here is accumulation zone. Doesn't matter how you look at it, right? At one point it will break towards the upside. But you can see up here it's already broken above these moving averages. So you see here this 50 moving average, hit the 50 moving average, try to hitting, you know, getting above the 50 moving, pull back, and right now it's above this 50 moving average over here, consolidate up here, and right now it's going higher, right? So I think it just might hit, you know, whatever that is, $1 up here at the top, that's $1. But usually some kind of X at the top up here, right? So 100% up here, that's at, you know, 0.09. I say that's a very realistic target. So, you know, the 200 moving average is at 12, so it depends on how high this actually goes. But getting, you know, to 0.09, that's up here. 50 moving averages all the way up here. The resistance level on the weekly time frames is down here. It's still not above that. And these are on the monthly. And you got the 200 moving average. So there are major resistance levels actually up here at between 11 and 12. And 0.087. Previous top up here on the weekly time frame. But you know, the move from the bottom towards the up here, it's 95%, 100% give or take. It is 100%. Maybe from all the way up here is 100%. No, it's not that. Let's go to monthly time frame up here. No, it is 90%, 90% is all the way up here. 0.09. 0.09. Maybe. I mean, that's a realistic target, right? Because right now, you know, we know that, you know, everything will eventually go towards upside. Unless something happens in the world, you know, financial crisis, stuff like that, you know, World War III, we are confident that everything pump. The question is how high it's gonna pump, when it's gonna pump, will we have a pullback? And that pullback, you know, is the thing, right? And if you look at like if you see this chart up here, I mean, it doesn't seem that there will be any kind of pullback. I mean, you already had this move down. You pumped up here above the moving average. You consolidated down here below the 10 moving average. And right now you broke the 10 moving average. And right now continue pumping towards the upside up here. Now, some people might say, you know, oh man, there is no lower wick down here. We're going to go down. That can happen, but these are actually bullish candles. When you have these big wicks on top side and green candles with a small wick on the bottom side, that continues happening. These are actually bullish candles. Bullish candle. Let me just see if this is actually happened up here. Here we go. You see, big candle, no wick on the bottom side, no wick on the bottom side, but big upper wicks. These are actually bullish candles. I don't know what these candles are called, but these are actually bullish candles over here as well. It's a bullish candle, even though we had the doji up here, you know, it was still bullish. These are bullish candles. You see up here, you know, big wick on the upside, low or no wick on the bottom side, you know, these are bullish candles. And right now these bullish candles are being printed on the chart. You got a big candle up here, you know, there is no wick or small wick, and you got a big, you know, wick on the upside, right? Right now, you know, it might do this up here, but, you know, they are still bullish candles. So it does look like, you know, this might actually continue. So, I mean, super far. So, you know, it looks okay. It looks okay. Ethereum Classic. There is one thing I can show you guys. First of all, I'm not trying to shield this or anything like that, but you know, Realm, I want to show you something. When stuff is at the bottom, and this might be one of these indications of, you know, when is the good time to buy. You can see this thing actually bled for a very, very long time. But what you're going to see here is that the volume was actually kind of keeping still. It's only after we came, you know, down here below 0.05 or something like that, right? It's only after we came down here that the volume actually spiked towards the upside, right? So entire move towards the downside up here, the volume just exploded towards the upside. So this was actually accumulation phase up here, right? And it's still inside that accumulation phase below 0.05. Over here, but you can see these spikes, and you can see this on a lot of altcoins. A lot of altcoins have these kind of charts, you know, it bleeds slow down, and then it goes through some certain threshold, and then you will see the spike in the volume for whatever reason. It still can continue to going towards downside, but you will see the spike in the volume, right? This over here is accumulation of, somebody's been accumulating a lot of this over here just before they actually pump towards the upside, right? Let me see a lot of some other coins up here. Not all coins, but some coins do have that. 4 doesn't have that. Pit is just released. Unore doesn't. CTSI does, has this kind of volume, but it doesn't have that volume that's very significant. Over here you can see actually the volume actually went down. I mean, it was bleeding all the way. But Phantom is a big coin, right? And then at the bottom down here, probably just exploded. Imagine if this Bitcoin run is a retracement. Can you look at what the alts did during 2017 bull run? We just did, man. You late. You late. Optimus Prime is up like 20% today, and you can see up here, I mean, you would think that this is gonna, you know, for whatever reason pull back, but it doesn't pull back, it just continues pumping towards upside. And not only that, right now Optimus Prime is right now out of this accumulation zone up here, right? Because this first stop, you know, signified this accumulation zone over here, and right now it is out of that, right? It is breaking towards upside. So Optimus Prime looks like legitly good. Right. And we can just look at this last part over here. Just look at the last part up here. It is breaking everything, right? It's just up 20% with volume, breaking towards upside. This consolidation up here, this triangle, whatever that was, like it just exploded, right? So everything is bullish, guys. Everything is bullish. Chinese chopsticks number 44 wrecked my trade. Sorry, Raphael. You should not be shorting the bull market, the altcoin season. What's up, the beauty? How you doing, man? You should not be shorting. Don't base your life decision on Chinese chopsticks. Isn't that saying? Anyways, I don't see weakness in the price that much. So even though I see, even though I see a lot of FOMO, the retail is not here. People are afraid to buy, big green candles. Everybody doesn't think it's actually the top. So I don't know how to analyze it. But I don't think this is the top just yet. I mean, Bitcoin, like we said in the start of the video, as long as Bitcoin is just zigzagging up here at the top, that's the altcoin season. As soon as it's done, and does the pullback, it's pretty much over. But as long as it's up here and just zigzagging, I think that's altcoin season, guys. I think that's altcoin season. It's not the big altcoin season where we go to, if you want to see the big altcoin season, this is where the big altcoin season came. Let's look at go to Bitcoin dominance. And let's remove this one up here. And let's just remove everything from the chart. There we go. And let's add Bitcoin on top of this one, BTC USDT. And let's add new price scale. So the big altcoin season came over here. You can see up here that the dominance was climbing towards upside. So ever since, the bottom down here, this is Corona dump. And then it went up, then did this, move up here, retest up here. And ever since this move towards the upside up here, the dominance, Bitcoin was leading up and dominance was just exploding. But at one point, when Bitcoin hit some kind of, what was that? When Bitcoin hit like 38K and had a pullback and continued towards the upside, that's actually where the altcoin season happened. So this big ass move down on dominance, that was the altcoin season. It started right up here at this stop, an entire move up here all the way until Bitcoin started crashing. That was the altcoins, outperforming literally everything, and that was the big move. That was the huge move. So if you look at a chart up here, ever since this stop up here on Bitcoin, so Bitcoin did the big move, broke the all-time high, exploded towards upside towards 40K, and only then did we on this pullback and this move towards upside, this zigzagging pattern up here, only then all the way up here, this was the altcoin season. So yes, Bitcoin went up, but Bitcoin dominance crashed very hard towards downside during this period, right? But this move up here was Bitcoin all the way. Bitcoin all the way. And right now, the way we're analyzing the chart, I think that this move up here towards 46K, that's this move over here. And then everybody looks for, the move. But what if this time the move never happens? And instead of this, we get this. Because that can actually happen. If we get this and then continue towards upside. Now, why is it very likely that we might get, consolidation and uptrend? Because if you look at a chart, there is a very strong trend over here. This line. So if you start hitting and banging this on the head, you can get a, consolidation uptrend. And then after halving, just, break that and just go towards upside, right? No pullbacks. Just FOMO, no alt season. Crypto optical, I'm not sure about that. I mean, it's not the end, it's not 2025 alt season. I don't think that's the case. But even down here, altcoins did pump, right? Even down here, altcoins did very nice moves. And I think as long as Bitcoin is keeping up, in the range up here at the top, as long as we are keeping up here at the top, I think the altcoin season is, It's not altcoin, it's intermediate altcoin season. It's just, you know, halfway through the first half. So there is that. Anyways, guys, I've chatted enough. Bliatman, thanks for the bucks. And Damn John, thanks for the bucks. I appreciate the donations towards the 1 million goal. Enjoy the night, guys. I'm gonna FOMO into something. I'll see you around. Bye-bye. I think this is the ETF season with layer 2. I don't know. I don't know. It is scary though. It is very, very scary. Right now, FOMO into altcoins is very scary because everything is up so much. But you know, it's only the start. So everybody wants the pullback. Give us the pullback. And then there is no pullback. It just keeps on riding and riding. And you have no chance but to FOMO in after something pumped like 56x. Like bonk. I'll see you around, guys. Bye-bye.